Hello everyone. I want to welcome everyone to my wife station. Today we're going to be doing Callaloo and Saltfish. Now this is a common Jamaican recipe. Alright, now saltfish is something that we can eat for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Alright, and when we do have it for breakfast, sometimes we'll have it with some roast breadfruit or fried breadfruit. And usually when we have it for dinner, we have it like with some grown provisions like banana and yam and dumpling. All right. So today I'm going to show you how we do the callaloo and saltfish. Now callaloo is a very important vegetable. All right. It has a lot of fiber in it. There's a lot of calcium and also it has a lot of iron in it. So it's actually it has a lot of nutritional value. So this is something that is very, very good. All right, so we're going to show you now how we do our callaloo and saltfish. All right, so now saltfish, it's very important, how you prepare the saltfish. Now saltfish, as you can see, it has a lot of salt on it. So one of the most important things is that you need to get rid of this excess salt. Now, everybody does it differently. Some people will actually soak the saltfish overnight to get rid of some of the salt, while some people will actually wash off the salt and then also boil it in water. Some people will boil it several times, some people will boil it once. Now, what I normally do, I usually don't soak it. I usually just wash off as much salt as possible, which is what I'm going to do right now. All right. So I try to get really as much salt as possible. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some water in this pot, all right, and the saltfish, and I'm going to boil this, all right, until the water comes to a boil usually, and then after boiling it, then I'm going to now rinse it so to get out more salt from it, and as well as shredding the saltfish. All right, good. All right, so these are the seasoning that are going to be used for the callaloo and saltfish. These are already washed, all right, and prepared. So what I'm going to do now is actually cut them up, all right. So we have thyme, all right. These are already washed. I don't need to do anything further with those, all right. And then you have onion, all right. So I'm going to cut these up as small as possible. Alright, so next thing I have here is sweet pepper. You have different types. This is green one. You could actually use all the colors if you wish, and it gives a better appearance. All right. Piece here. I think I actually love sweet pepper. I think sweet pepper gives it a nice flavor. So I'm gonna cut it up again in small pieces. What I add to it, all right, is some tomatoes. All right. I actually love tomatoes as well. I think it actually makes the meal taste a whole lot better. So I'm going to put 2 tomatoes in it. All right. What we have here, we have a sort of pepper we would call pimento in Trinidad. It's not very hot, but it also adds a nice flavor to your pot whenever you use it. Now, back in Jamaica, we would use Scotch bonnet pepper, which is a hotter type of pepper, but this one is not so hot. And especially when we're cooking for a family, we have 2 children, and I know they can, tolerate the heat. So this is appropriate to use. All right, this is pimento. All right, so let's cut that up as well. All right. All right, then the other thing I have is carrots. I also add some carrots. I mean, you could choose to, whether you want to add carrots or not, but you know, I like my vegetables, so I'm adding some carrots. I also have, guess what? Some escallion. All right, so we're going to cut these up as well and add to it. I have a little bit of garlic, which again I will just cut up in very small pieces. So, well, that's it. All right, so as you can see, these are all the vegetables that were cut up. All right, some carrots and tomatoes and onion, garlic and pepper. Wow, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. All right, good. All right, so this is the saltfish it actually comes to a boil now. So I'm gonna leave that for a few more minutes, and then afterwards, I'm gonna wash the whatever excess salt in it. All right, so I'll show you how I do that. All right, cool. All right, good. So now we're gonna prepare our callaloo. Now this process is actually very important. All right. Now we're gonna remove this first. All right. Now let me just use my knife. I find it. All right. So yeah. So the cleaning of the callaloo is very important. All right. Now so this is the stem of the callaloo here. The stem of the callaloo. All right. Now it's important that when you're cleaning it, you're gonna have to clean the outer layer of the stem, because the stem is hard, and sometimes when you cook it, if this is on it, you're gonna actually taste the hardness, and that callaloo and saltfish won't taste properly. All right, so you're gonna clean the stem, and also, you know, this part here was a part that was very close to the soil, so it's actually made it more dirty as well. All right. So I'm going to show you how I do it. The other important thing that you need to do, sometimes when you buy the callaloo, you realize that you have some, you know, dried, you know, dead leaves, you know, almost like they're rotting. These leaves, now you have to also remove them as well. And then after you properly clean them, then now you're going to wash them, and I'll show you how to do that. But we're going to clean this first, okay? All right. So you take one, you do it like one at a time. All right, and so essentially you'll be cutting here, and then see what happened there. All right, this is the outer layer of the stem. All right, so that, and you continue to do that right around. All right, continue to do it right around. Okay. Now, if you have any, I mean, this is almost a dried up looking leaf, you can also do this, and that will help you take off more of the outer layer of the stem. Alright? Cool. So, the other thing that you look for on the top here, you're going to also look if there's any flowers, alright? And you have to also remove that as well. Alright? Cool. And you could go a little further, from the bottom here, and this is another review, maybe we'll have to move. I'll show you again how we, you know, do another piece. Alright. Again, cut the top, and then you strip. Alright, strip this, the outer layer of the stem. You go right around. Alright, strip the outer layer of the stem, and you continue like this, alright, until you have gone all around the stem. Alright. And then you could go underneath, all right? And then you clean. All right, guys. So now that I finished cleaning the callaloo, all right. So this is what is actually left behind now. All right, all these dead leaves and the stem that we clean. So the next thing that we're going to do now, we're going to wash this in some salt water. All right, I'm going to wash it properly to get rid of all the dirt, from it, right, to make sure it's clean. All right, guys. All right, good. Right now I'm going to wash the callaloo, so I'm just going to add some salt. All right, and then I'm going to just get some water in the container. And the purpose is to try to wash this as clean as possible, right? So I'm going to fill up the container with some water. It's actually easier to wash the callaloo like that, right? And you can then, place it in the water. So like you're soaking it, essentially. Right? So just make it easier. Alright guys, this is very, very important. Alright. Very important. Alright. So what you could do, turn the pipe off, and then you could throw this away. Alright, and then you could give it another wash. Alright. Again, I'm just going to fill up the container with some water, making it easier. Alright. Alright guys, so now I think my callaloo is now clean. Praise the Lord. Alright, great. So the next step is we're going to now cut up the callaloo. Alright? Alright guys, so I'm now going to show you how I cut up my callaloo. Alright, so essentially I'm going to cut it half first. Alright? And then I'm going to bundle it up like this. Alright? And then I'm going to try my best to cut it up as small as I can. Alright? Alright guys, how's that looking, man? Alright, so I'm now going to do the rest of it. There's a bit more left. I'm going to cut it up like this. Alright guys. Yeah, alright guys, so here's it now. The saltfish is boiled, and I'm now going to use this container here to actually wash my saltfish, and also break it up in actually smaller pieces. So I'm washing away some of the excess salt again. Alright, and guys, one thing I just want you to remember, that when you're cooking callaloo and saltfish, you don't really need to put any salt in your pot, because the saltfish already has enough salt, and even though we're doing this, there's some salt that is still left behind. And remember, this doesn't have any bone, but if you're using the codfish that has any bone, you have to make sure all the bone is out of the codfish. But I prefer this, the boneless saltfish, because it makes my life a lot easier. Yeah, so alright guys, now I'm going to saute my vegetable. I usually have vegetable oil. This time I have what we call canola oil. This is a type of vegetable oil. I mean, you can use whatever oil that you wish. Alright, so now I'm just going to pour a little, not too much. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, and then now turn on my stove and then saute the vegetable. Alright, So here's my vegetable going in the pot. So I'm going to saute my vegetable first, and then I'm going to add my salt. Alright guys, so here I'm sauteing the vegetable. I'm going to do this for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to add the saltfish after. Yeah, alright guys, so now I'm just going to add the shredded saltfish to the pot. Allow that to cook for a few minutes. Alright guys, I'm also going to add a little black pepper to it, a little spice. Good. Alright, and then I'm going to add my callaloo to the pot, and then mix up the callaloo with the saltfish. Right? So the callaloo initially going to seem like a lot, but when you cover the pot, it actually shrinks, and you'll see that. All right. So also, I'm going to add a little water to this as well, and then cover it.
Looks yummy.
I'm going to add a little water to it. Alright, so it's like you're steaming the callaloo. Add a little water to it. Alright, and then I'm going to cover the pot. Guys, so you can see where the callaloo is actually shrinked. Alright, so I'm just mixing up the contents, the saltfish and the vegetables. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit more water in it. Alright, and then I'm going to leave it to cook a little bit more. Okay, alright, great. Alright, so I'm just mixing it up here. Alright guys, this is the finished product. Now we're going to turn the stove off, and guys, this is your saltfish and callaloo. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so this is the callaloo and saltfish with the grown provisions. This is looking really beautiful. The only thing that is missing from this is some avocado. And unfortunately, I don't have any avocado, but I'm sure it will taste really good. I will let you know guys later. Well, thank you for watching, and I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to my wife's channel, and you will see a few more recipes in the future. God bless you. Just press the subscribe button, and also press the bell to get follow-ups, video follow-ups. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.